The other day while we were out shooting some other shit, on my way home, when I got in the house, like my phone started, like people was calling me, texting me.
Like, did you feel violated though when you got home?
Absolutely.
Because I did.
I took a shower.
And this
remember Ace Ventura when he found out that Einhorn?
No, the whole crew.
Yeah,
everyone started throwing up.
Yeah, man. I had to take a shower. I had to get that air off of me. But
subscribe to our Patreon. We have an interesting piece coming.
We have a great.
I don't know if I feel violated or we were violating them. I don't ever want Eddin to ask me to count to 10 anymore. Yeah. I know this is all cryptic and you have no idea what we're talking about.
Subscribe to Patreon. You'll see what the fuck
you'll come into.
Yeah, Dom subs.
Yeah,
there's your hint.
There you go.
So yeah, I got home and I started getting text messages and phone calls from people. I didn't know my music was playing and the phone kept ringing. So I'm like, why is the music cutting off? Phone blowing up. I look, bunch of people texting me. Go on my Twitter and people are at me. You were right. I'm like, right about what? I haven't even said anything. And they were referring to my prediction years ago that the Breakfast Club was over. You know, we was just at that point talking shit, going back and forth with Charlemagne.
You can't say we were just talking shit. That has been held against you. And by the way, has been held against me. And I didn't even say it. I actually argued with you that it wasn't over. It's been held against me for 5 years now.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I don't want it to seem like I was hoping or praying on their downfall.
But it's the internet, so people are going to take it that way. I was there, and I know what you were saying, but I can totally see someone just watching that clip
and thinking
out of context that you was like, yo, fuck them.
No, it wasn't nothing like that. We was just talking shit back and forth. But Angela Yee tweeted, and she announced that the Breakfast Club, as you know it, is officially over. And she gave us the love on top Beyonce heart fingers.
I was happy she announced this on Twitter.
Why?
Because I feel like when the Breakfast Club...
Such a nostalgic way to announce something.
Yeah, man. Like, no, it warms my heart because Twitter started really going crazy when the Breakfast Club really started going crazy.
Yeah. Shout out to Ray J, shout out to Fabulous.
Yeah, they go hand in hand as far as the eras for me. So, like, I understand Angela has to do press and do the Instagram reels and all the shit. Yeah. I'm sure she did a TikTok dance for her exit. Yeah. But
TMZ was outside the studio waiting on her. She had security.
But the fact that the first place she went, just for nostalgic purposes, I don't know if that was a purposeful thing or not. Yeah. But it was so good to just see Angela on Twitter be like, yo, it's over.
It's a wrap. Yeah.
She didn't even wait till 9 o'clock. She did it at 8:58.
Yeah, 8:58. Let's get this out of there.
What YouTube conspiracy theorist broke the numerology down on that one?
Yeah. So the Breakfast Club, as we know it, is officially over. Angela Yee announced that she will be departing the club after 12 years
yes.
of the Breakfast Club. This is the Breakfast Club is easily, you know, one of the, if not the biggest radio show that we've ever had.
Yeah, I would say they're definitely in
Radio Hall of Fame for sure. Radio Hall of Fame.
They've already been inducted, I believe. But yeah, I think you can make an argument, at least for my generation, that they were the biggest radio show ever. Yeah. And that's not taking away from the countless radio shows that I grew up on and loved to death and made so much impact. But outside of them, I think being the biggest, I think what no one brings up is I think they single-handedly kept radio relevant for 10 years longer than it should have been relevant.
Ooh, yeah, absolutely. Without
and the fact that the three of them could have done that, my hats off to you guys. Radio was on its way out, and the way you guys shifted over to YouTube with those interviews and did everything online, you guys kept radio, especially for the younger generation, relevant. It'll be relevant to older people forever. But to the younger generation, y'all kept radio more relevant than it should have been for a whole decade. It should have been out of here, and y'all kept it going.
And not only that, I think that what Angela Yee, Charlemagne, and Envy did was they created something that ultimately gave other people motivation to get into broadcast.
Sure.
In some form. It's like, oh, I could sit down with my friends and, you know, talk about shit like this and, you know, podcasting, you know, things like this is what I think come from a Breakfast Club. It gives people an idea we have something to say. We need to voice our opinions. We can speak for the culture because we are the culture. So,
and almost down to like the real conversations. Of course, we've known Angie to be one of the best at having like the regular real conversation with artists throughout her career. But again, to like the Twitter point of how they kind of are partnered together with Breakfast Club and Twitter Poppin', they kind of represented all of us on Twitter. Yeah. And I think that's what was so good about that show, whereas other radio stations were still focused on being traditional radio and being very much in tune with the labels. And, you know, the artist can only have safe fucking questions and like, tell us about your album. Like, whose are the features? They were really living the same internet life we were as far as having those conversations, those real conversations. And they brought that shit to a fucking conglomerate. So hats off to Breakfast Club, man. It was an amazing run to watch. Still, I think have the greatest rant of all time with Ray J. Anytime, and you guys think I'm joking. Anytime I've really felt like depressed and kind of out of it,
you listen to the Ray J rant.
I'm serious, to get me out and like get me in a better mood to like laugh. It's not a motivational thing, even though he was saying, "Come on, indoor pool, indoor basketball court, outdoor basketball court." It just gets me in a better. It just gets me in a better mood.
I think that we should be all allowed a Ray J rant day. Like how we get like a sick day at work.
What's the date on it? Yeah. We should start a fucking challenge. The Ray J challenge on that day.
Let's go wherever you work at, your workplace. You need to fucking just go on a rant with anybody at your workplace that you have an issue with. We're gonna do Ray J rant day on when was it?
I don't know the exact date. I remember listening to it fucking live.
December 11th.
It doesn't say exact date, but yeah, I'm gonna say December 11th, 2018. I feel like it's early.
No, it happened in 2011. Yeah,
no, but I don't even think it wasn't winter.
No, it wasn't winter because I remember walking outside while listening to it on the iHeart app that it just came out.
We'll get the exact date for the Ray J rant, but we absolutely need to do that. We need a Ray J rant day. We need to just go to your fucking workplace and let everyone fucking have it. Anybody you have an issue with, you just as soon as you get to work, don't even take your fucking coat off.
Hey, are we live?
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
That's how
let somebody fucking have it. Absolutely.
You got to start with, yo, we live? Can I curse?
Right.
And then you just take it on your own.
Wherever you want to go, it's Ray J rant day. You don't get in trouble for it. And then come to work the next day like nothing ever happened. You know how it is. Just walking, hey, how y'all doing? Yeah. Everything's good.
Which is what Ray J did.
I'm excited.
So now we gave the Breakfast Club their flowers.
And she has a new show still with iHeart.
Yep. Still has she will be having, Angela will be having her own show with iHeart. She still has a podcast, Lip Service.
She's still going to be with the Breakfast Club until later the fall, where she launches the podcast.
Well, I think what Angela's doing here is important. Angie is
getting away from Charlamagne.
No, I'm not saying that.
Oh my god.
Well, all things. Listen, I'm one of
Charlamagne. You did it, man. You finally got her to the point where she wanted to fucking leave. She couldn't stand it anymore.
I'm here to give flowers to everyone. We know the three of them started to fucking hate each other.
Yeah. Charlamagne, you did it.
As someone that's been in a trio that all hated each other.
Yeah, Charlamagne, you did it.
I can attest when three people fucking hate each other.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know all the passive aggressive swipes.
Absolutely.
I saw Charlamagne trying to step over her exit. Listen, and loved all of them. I'm happy though that they chose to end it. I think it's always ill when the people.
I don't think they chose to end it.
No,
Angela wanted to leave.
No. I'm saying when the people that are involved in it choose to end it rather than the fans ending it. They didn't end it because the Breakfast Club. No one gave a fuck about the numbers are in the can. They ended it on their terms.
Yeah, right.
I think that type of shit is ill. So salute to them there. But Angela does have an opportunity here because I feel like Angie, being the legend that she is. And I know she had went through the car accident thing and all that. Angie has rightfully so pulled back a little bit. I think there's a whole lane for an individual woman to do a interview-based, radio-based type of show. And I think Angela has a perfect opportunity to do that. I mean, she's already been that, but she was with the trio.
Yeah.
So I'm saying just one-on-one type shit. I think this is great for Angela.
Is it going to be a nationally syndicated show?
Yeah, I think it's
part of iHeart.
Nationally syndicated show on iHeart Radio.
And well deserved.
Angela Yee, she definitely deserves it. It's going to be interesting to see, how she pivots and what she does. She's an important voice in our culture, an important voice in radio. And
clearly
it's an exciting time for her.
Clearly no one could fill her shoes in the Breakfast Club, but the show is still going. And I'm assuming they're going to have another female woman host, whatever.
I heard it was you.
Oh, I declined gracefully. But who would be an interesting candidate for this?
For the seat?
Yes. It's hard.
I think it gets tricky when you talk about filling that seat.
And the Breakfast Club is, even with the three of them recently, is not what it was. And I think they would admit that as well.
Right.
They've already solidified their spot. All three of them are doing other ventures. And it became a job, which I don't discredit them for. Like, fuck it, get your money, stay there and do the show. But clearly all your passions are being dealt with outside of the Breakfast Club.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the Breakfast Club looks like right now with where Charlamagne and Envy are at with everything else they are doing in their lives. I don't know if it's the biggest priority. And nor would I fault them for it not being the biggest priority.
I think what will eventually happen is the Breakfast Club will be over with. Envy and Charlamagne will go on to do other things at iHeart. I think that they'll bring in a whole new crew for a morning show type of thing, which is what you need. I mean, it's 12 years.
I think radio in general, not just Power 105, people need to clear house.
Yeah,
like it's the same people, and I understand that the radio audience is different. It is definitely like the people that drive to work at 7 a.m. with kids. It's traditional radio still does exist for the older generation, but I think you can still do traditional radio and do what the Breakfast Club did in 2010 and 11, where you can shift over and still be relevant with the younger generation and the internet. And I don't think radio is really doing that, especially in New York City. And I have no issue with the people that are on there now.
Right.
I just don't understand why the youngest person on either of these radio stations is 38 years old.
Yeah. It's just time for some new energy.
I should be too old to go on Hot 97 and Power 105 as like a, I don't know what you would just call the radio personality. Because it used to be DJs, but as a radio personality, I'm too old. Get somebody in their mid-20s.
I don't think you're too old.
I don't think you're too old.
I don't think you're too old.
I don't think you're too old. I wouldn't say you're too old, but I do understand what you're saying. Get some younger blood up there, some newer perspectives, younger, fresher point of views and ideas, and just energy about the culture and the sound and what's hot now. It's okay to go through changes, and what I'm saying, Envy and Charlamagne obviously will still be doing something at iHeartRadio.
Why not? Because I don't know if they're going to break the Breakfast Club up. I thought they both announced that they were staying and signed on for the Breakfast Club.
I'm pretty sure they're still staying on.
But for how long?
Why not Deani? I'm sorry. Why not Scotty Beam?
Oh, okay.
I'm
not mad at that.
Yeah.
Pro Scotty Beam.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that.
Mother's a radio legend. She grew up in it. She knows fucking radio. She works in radio. She is very relevant in the media space now. She knows how media is ran on the internet now. She knows these artists. She's going to ask real questions. Why the fuck wouldn't that be the first pick, in my opinion?
The two women, if they want to do that and just fill Angela's spot with a female and let her come up there, I thought immediately Scotty and then L'Oreal.
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
L'Oreal would be great.
Yeah.
Is that a conflict of interest? She was on lip service.
I think she's on lip service.
Yeah, it might.
She was.
She was.
Oh well, sorry.
But I kind of thought about that. But I'm just thinking about just the two women that are currently active in that space. Obviously, Scotty has been around radio her entire life, so she was the first one I thought about.
Perfect balance of understanding radio and understanding the times.
Yeah. So yeah, man. Shout out to the Breakfast Club. Congrats to Angela Yee. And again, salute to the Breakfast Club for years of entertainment.
Yes. Is this your apology?
To what?
To you saying that it was over for them?
No, this is my eulogy.
This is wow.
It's over.
Wow.
But it's one of those like when your grandparent dies at like 90 something peacefully in their sleep, and you're like, no, they had a long, great life. It's not as sad as y'all think it is.
Yes,
she lived a life.
Sad that they're not here anymore.
What a
but
life.
They did what they were supposed to do.
What a life, Grandma. I mean, you didn't leave us the recipe for the yams, but it's okay. We'll figure it out. Nah, man, but it's all love, man. There's definitely no hate. I just always felt like people just took that and thought that I meant that fuck them or it's over. It's not what I meant. But it is over now officially. So yeah, man. Cue the music.
What would we play? Ray J One Wish?
Yeah. There you go.
That was your one wish for it to end.
No, that wasn't my wish. Don't do that.
Imagine if you had one wish and that was your wish.
That the Breakfast Club just gets out of here. Fucking turn them off.
No, Rory and Matt.